Izio goes to the hotel with Shuichi, but wakes up beside Ruka. I don't think he's too mad about that, but what happened to Shuichi? Kotoko. I feel like there needs to be a variant of this. Where you wake up beside the third person whom promptly murdered two. Someone will suggest that. Good day, good people. It's another fine day. Is it? It is in the year of the Radiance. Toonlink, Dave, Bravo, Dave, Anomaly, the Anomaly Cars, Few. Know me as the man. Who sang is halfway through the season. We're halfway there, as they say, living on a prayer. And, I'm gonna say reluctantly, welcome to, this is where I play the music. My soundboard just had an update. Changed all of the icons. I have not used it since the update. So let's see if it's good. It's loud, but it's good. Danganronpa Hunger Games this week, this Tuesday, was Pi Day, and that is a big day. That was the day that we had the years ago at this point. The Ultimate episode where Chihiro became the Ultimate, the most viewed video on this channel. But that's not today, and I was like, what can we do instead of pie? And I was like, let's do a cake day. I enjoy baking cakes. I bake a pretty cake. I think it's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. It's true, if you do the cooking by the book. So I got 8 characters from every single group, every single game, every single faction even. Class. That's the word. Every single one of them. And it's just like, which 8 do I think like cake the most? Who's out here with the cakes? Who loves the cake? Introducing District 1. We got Danganronpa 1. We got Makoto. Hina. Of course, Hina loves those sweets. Togami. Hifuna. Leon. Mondo. Freaking Sayaka. And of course, Hiro. District 2, as we move along, we see Hajime, Akane, Fat Togami, Chiaki, Fuihiko, Crazy Yoko, Ibuki, and honestly, Mikan's only here because of AWE and what you guys said in the chat. Moving on, District 3, Komaru, Genocide Jack, the Warriors of Hope, all 5 of them. Of course the kids are gonna love them some cake. And then I said of the rest of them, who do I think likes it the most? And I thought maybe Hiroko, and I was like, I think she's more like a savory person. And then I was like, you know what, I feel like Haiji might enjoy him some cake. As we go on to District 4, we got Kaie Day, Gonta, Himiko of course, Kaito, Kokichi. I'm gonna say Miwa is probably the most out of the entire V3 cast. Ryoma, close, and then we have our newly crowned champion, Shuichi. Interestingly enough, we move on to District 5, Chisa, Daisaku, the Great Gozu, Juzo, Tengen. I think Tengen also has like always had a sweet tooth. That's just my headcanon. And then he got corrupted by the despair. But he still had that sweet tooth. Kizakura, our Agent of Chaos, Ruka, and Izio, and lastly the Bears. And a rabbit, Monokuma, Usami, Monodam, Monokid, Monofini, Monosuke, Monotaro, and Shirakuma, and make your picks for first, second, and third. I have to get the wheel. Also, while you're picking, tell me, which Danganronpa character do you think enjoys cake the most? Who is the biggest cake enjoyer? As I reach over here to get the wheel, which I need to actually reset back to 5%. Don't want to jip Shuichi out of his title. Or do I? But there's one thing. Oh man. I opened it up and I saw the game day wheel. Some people will know what that means. I'm saddened that I know what it means. However, there is one person who I kind of want in the finale, and I'll get there in a second. As we set that back to 5%, save that bad boy, and of course switch are... Oh man, the numbers are much bigger. So there's like a countdown timer to when the song ends on my soundboard. A lot of the times it's just wrong. I hope that they fixed it so it's just a right countdown timer and the numbers are actually much larger. They used to be in like, let's say the block is this big, the font for the numbers used to be like this big. Like a thin line, and I was like, I mean, I got good eyesight, I can see it, but oh boy, it's gonna strain my eyes one of these days. 5%, 3, 2, 1. We're back. Now let me tell you, I want Hajime. Let me tell you why. As of this season, Makoto has held the Champion of Champions title. Skip Danganronpa 2 for me for a second. Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls. Komaru has held the title, and Jack. You know who else I want then? Toko. She's not in today, but we'll get there. We scroll down. Both of them have held the single title. Go to District 4, we have Kaede, yeah, and Shuichi. Yeah, right now, I've held that singles title. I guess there's not really a protagonist in here, but I think I would consider it either Chisa or Munakata. If we're considering it Chisa, then Chisa, yeah, held that title. None of the bears, except for Usami. And I guess you could call her a protagonist of Danganronpa 2 for the bears. Yeah. That being said, I'm kind of rooting for Hajime. I think he's the only one of like the main protagonist like set that has not had the singles title. He's held tag team gold, Fusion Ha, never forget. But I think he needs the Champion of Champions title, and he might get it today because look at this, the wheel's gonna hit at 5%. Oh my gosh, check it out. Oh, it's not. Okay. I wanted to scare you a little bit. You should be scared because it has happened before. It has indeed happened before. However, Shuichi's safe for today, but just for today. We'll see how long that lasts. Thank you, soundboard. Made me look like a fool by coming in like a half second later. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, make your... I'll wait until tomorrow. I do have some golden ticket stuff to say. Or rather, Ticket to Paradise. Nothing. Well, yeah, only Ticket to Paradise stuff. I guess what I should be saying, though, is this is your last weekend to vote for which of your submissions will go in to the golden ticket qualifiers. That is one thing. The second thing is that this is also the last weekend for you to enter your OCs. OC action does not start this Sunday. The polls, or rather the entries, end this Sunday. OC action starts next Sunday. So get the show on the road, you guys. We got plenty of OCs entered, but we can get some more. And of course, your comments. We gotta get to them, we gotta get through them. Should I announce them? Because like in my mind, I'm thinking, oh man, we're getting very close to Ticket to Paradise, but we're really not. We still have the rest of March, all of April, and that still means that I have all of April to announce things. And then the first week in May is when Golden Ticket comes through. So I got time. And I'm gonna take that time, gosh darn it. But you should not take your time in entering those things, voting in those things, and making your comments because your comments are important, like this one, like that one, and from the Yeet Ball episode, where young Mitarai lost his championship. I do want to read the excerpt. Yes, the part from this comment excerpt from Natasha Scott, who says the winner, pointing it all out, has had this like headcanon of all these things that have been sending Shuichi to despair, but this season he's really turned it around. I avenged my failure in that one stupid pancake championship match, and all I had to do was betray Kaede and Kaito. Two of the most important people to him in the game, and he betrayed them for a championship. I don't know if that makes him a heel or not. Proud to be a champion of champions. Does that make him a heel? Because he definitely betrayed them. He sure enough did. Thank you for the comments. I'll make my picks. Because I think I've forgotten to make picks like for 2 of these episodes. Give me I'm gonna take the Great Gozu. Because very recently he's accepted joy and friendship into his heart. And I think that's gonna carry him all the way to the finale, and it's gonna carry him all the way to the championship. Give me Gozu for first. For second, I'm gonna take Ibuki. 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 Yeah, I'm gonna take Ibuki. That's all I gotta say. I'm taking Ibuki for second. And for third, I'm gonna switch to one of the bears, and I think it's gonna be Monosuke. Monosuke is, I think, the bear that grew on me the most after the game was over. That's Money Bear right there, and I'm here for it. But without further ado, that's all of the intro, so let's start the show. I feel like there's something I should announce for Golden Ticket. For Ticket to Paradise. No, tomorrow. So for now, today, we got one more thing to do. And that is to... Oh, Pablo! My guy, what's up? A gift? To celebrate cake? Well, it's always nicer to see you than it is Asnir, but you didn't have to give me a gift. My guy. Look, I appreciate you, I love and... Never mind, I'll accept it. Oh my sweet baby boy. This ain't just a box. It's a box of... perfect pancake mix! Torn up inside a little bit. I'm getting checked up. Thank you, Pablo. Make sure nothing bad ever happens to you, my guy. Alright. Little tear in my eye, I'll tell you what. Love me some pancakes. I'm getting choked up. Anyway, caught me off guard there, man. It's just a regular week. Anyway, how many times? A full 4. A solid 4, and let's also remember one more thing. We are at the halfway point of the season. That means Misfortune earned, and Brandsteel, of course, stays permanent, but now Misfortune earned, and Orteal stays permanent, and those rates go up. So the rest of the season is about to be real chaotic after we simulate not 1 time, not 2 times, not 3 times, but 4 times. Secret achievements are in play, and a bunch of them could hit. Will they hit is the bigger question. We'll scroll down, we'll find out, and we will proceed to see the tributes stand on their podiums. The horns, they don't sound, so horn bears, do what you do best. Sound them. The horns. Thank you, horn bears. I will never forget your due diligence, your brilliance, and your radiance in this year. Let's go ahead and proceed. Usami finds some AV-shaped popsicles inside of the cornucopia. You'll love to see it. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that right now. Hey, Usami. You are a notable character in this series. Former tag team champion, multi-time tag team champion, champion of champions, looking for that pancake championship. But how would you like to look for a different kind of championship? That's right. Usami, what if you came out strong in your tank? Combat ready not just for the Hunger Games, but for the AWE. inaugural tables championship match because you now have that opportunity. Do not let that opportunity slip. You're on the bracket. Usami, best of luck to you. Will Usami find her way into that inaugural match? At Ticket to Paradise. We'll only find out on the beaten path there. But let's actually start the episode. I kept thinking to myself, there's a couple things that I want to announce. There's a couple things. Ticket to Paradise is gonna be good. That's all I'm gonna. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be some good stuff. Ooh boy. I'm getting these details from start the episode. I'm getting these details from Wednesday. He's got some good things planned. Hopefully those plans don't come, to disarray. Gozu runs away from the cornucopia. Hajime, he just refuses to believe that any of this is real. Hina runs away from the cornucopia, so does Haruka. Tengen tries to explain to Monokuma that there's been a mistake, he's not supposed to be here. He created this. This was his game. You work for him. Sayaka takes a loaded shotgun from the corner from the supplies and fires at Daisaku. Daisaku can see the pellets approaching in slow motion. Dodge them all. We gotta stop putting these slow firing shotguns in the cornucopia. I tell you what, Hiro grabs a shovel. Makoto and Jack fight for a bag. Jack strangles Makoto with the straps and runs. Unfortunate Makoto. Kotoko comes to the arena to capture Ryoma, a dangerous killer that escaped from an insane asylum. He is technically a dangerous killer. Don't think he came from an insane asylum. He seems pretty sane to me. Monosuke takes a spear from inside of the cornucopia. Kokichi runs away, as does Juzo. Monofumi and Akane fight for a bag, wrestle over a bag, and Fatsugami comes in, throws pocket sand, boom, boom, at the both of them, snatches the bag with ease. Kaito takes a spear from inside the cornucopia, going to repeatedly stab Safumi to death with sides. Oh boy, no cake for the big boy. Mondo runs away from the cornucopia. Masaru comes riding into the games on a rare mount, making Kaede and Nagisa jealous. Brimming with jealousy. Togami runs away from the cornucopia. Leon is trampled to death by Crazy Oko, Monodam, and Monokuma during the initial rush to the supplies. Izuo time travels in from a past game in his Blue Police call box. Was he traveling with the doctor, Taichi? He's not in this game, maybe he dropped him off. Monotaro gets down on one knee and proposes to Ibuki. Ibuki happily accepts? Okay, so let's work out this family tree here. If Monotaro is the son of Mew and Kibo, does that now make Mew and Kibo Ibuki's parents-in-law? I think she'd enjoy it, and I think Mew would enjoy it, but Kibo's like, what's going on here? Kibo would be so confused, man. Komar runs away from the cornucopia. Mew grabs as many weapons as humanly possible, in case the one was rolled today. Chisa and Chiaki both spot their most prized possessions. They go to grab it, but Kizakura and Himiko reach them first, respectively. Monica rides into the arena on a flying bison. Yip yip girl. Jotaro runs away from the cornucopia, and Mikon finds a torn photo of Fuigo with the word Daddy scribbled on the back. I don't remember who wrote this variant, but you should be ashamed of yourself. Shuichi finds a wizard robe, puts it on. Shirokuma finds a teleporter, teleports him to Garrick Mock Monastery, steals an ancient relic, returns to the game. Haiji tries to explain to Monokuma that there's been a mistake and he's not supposed to be here. Well, that's not gonna work. Monokid couldn't make it to today's game. He forgot to set his alarm. Man, Monokid, are you sure it just wasn't daylight savings time that screwed you up? I would have allowed you back in if that were the reason. And here we go. Kokichi rests in a fruit tree. Hajime trips over his own 2 feet. Unfortunate for Hajime, because now, for the rest of the season, he has the misstep perk. Which isn't the worst one, it can still work in your favor, but like, one step closer, catching them all. Mondo turns the Statue of Liberty into freaking Sayaka. Monofumi dyes her hair gold. Haiji, Hina, and Monica hold an intervention over my pancake addiction. I promptly execute them all for trying to take away my pancakes. They're perfect now! They're perfect pancakes! You'll never get in the way of me and my pancakes. Shuichi sells Juzo 400 bagels, but due to the fact that Juzo cannot hold that many, he gets crushed by the insane amount of bagels. The bagels, my guy. But you know what? I'll tell you what. It's happened in tag team action, but not singles action, so. Juzo! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world-famous champion of champions, Shuichi, as he helps you feel the force of 400 bagels. Getting crushed by those bagels did indeed earn you a secret achievement, Juzo. Congratulations to you. I was gonna say, the bagel one, it might just pop up only in tag team action, but it did come through. Juzo got it. He perished, but he does still go on to fight for the title held by the man who sold him those bagels. We'll see how that goes. We'll see indeed. As Kamaru chases Kotoko around with a mace, Kaede drives up to McDonald's, wants an ice cream. Fortunately, the machine is working. How lucky. Mew eats some toxic berries. That's unlucky. Shirokuma searches for firewood. A Monokuma unit corners and mauls Gonta. Poor chap. Izio is still alive. That Togami's trap kills Hiro. Chisa was being a clown. It started when an alien device did what it did. It stuck itself upon his wrist with secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers. He's no ordinary kid. He's Masaru 10. Good on him. Mikon wants a nickname similar to Sharpshooter and Steel-Minded Big Sister Sarah. After what chat called you, you probably don't, Mikon. Monodam uses a cactus to kill Crazy Yoko. Nagisa collects fruit from a tree. Ryo makes a tier list of all the other tributes. Himiko, S rank. Ruka, A. Kaito, C. Gozu's F. And Monotaro, he didn't even make the list. Monosuke, Fuyiko, and Jotaro hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. No, I'm sorry, my darts addiction, which also doesn't exist. I'm not going. Kizakura goes on a cereal balloon popping spree. Good. Chiaki accidentally destroys Tengen's cabbage stand. Ibuki embraces the power of positivity. So does Sayaka. The power. Feel it. Togami freaks out. Oh, man. 2K23. It's out. I have so much work to do. So much work. It's a lot of work. Anyway, freaks out completely upon seeing painting of dogs playing poker. Daisaku tries to sneak attack Usami, but Usami catches on, runs away. Monokuma receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's, oh god, that's repulsive, but he probably loves it. Akane is the best there is, the best there was, and gosh darn it, she's the best there ever will be, as Togami berates Genocide Jack for hours. Jack thinks that she and Togami grew closer that day. If that ain't canon, I don't know what is. We'll proceed once again. 12 cannon shots. A dozen gone out of the 48, I think? I think we had 8 per... We'll figure it out. After this Claire de Lune. 4. Makoto. Hifumi. Leon. Monokid. Haiji. Hina. Monica. Juzo. Mew. Gonta. Hiro. Crazy Hiyoko. And I believe that leaves us with 36. Oh my gosh, Danganronpa 1. They're not having it. We do indeed have 36 left, including Master Togami, Mondo, and freaking Sayaka, the last 3 from District 1. District 2, Danganronpa 2 is going strong. Crazy Yoko is the only one gone for them. District 3 is doing pretty alright too. Monica and Haiji out of here, but everyone else remains. District 4, not doing too bad either. Only lost Gonta and Mew. Kaede, Kokichi, Himiko, Ryoma, Kaito, and the champion Shuichi are doing good work. In fact, the past 2 champions, Shuichi and Mitarai, they've both had, you know, a good history. They've had a substantial history with Kaito. Maybe he's their good luck charm. Maybe his lessons are finally seeping in. Danganronpa 3 has only lost Juzo, but you know what? He's on the bracket, so I think they're doing the most winning right now, and Monokid's the only one out for the Bears. Really, Danganronpa 1, I don't know how they're gonna hold it together. But only one can win. Or 2 or none, it's, you know, sometimes ties happen. But not this time, unless it do. Let's proceed, and let's see if it do. At night 1, Usami dyes her hair red. your ears, or like all of you, the pink accents, you gotta be more descriptive, Usami. You gotta be more descriptive. Jack eats a sandwich to fully restore her health. Komar goes to Love Hotel with Shirakumo, Nagisa, and Kaede. Kaede every single day is a Kaede huddled together for warmth. Ruka, Juzo get lost in the coldest part of the arena. Jotaro accidentally burns down Avi's wares and despairs, but I'm gonna let it slide because I guess it was an accident. He probably can't see too well out of that mask. Monodam and Monokuma take some pictures of the Aurora Borealis before going to bed for the night. That's some brilliant father-son bonding. Love to see it. Monosuke goes to the Love Hotel with Mondo, but somehow wakes up next to Daisaku. Fat Togami, oh no. Well, that's not good. Gets a hold of my soundboard and plays Megalovania. Let's see. You know, it's been a while. Maybe Megalovania has calmed down a little bit. Togami, Fuyiko, and Tengen tell each other their pet peeves. Ryoma and Mikan start kicking Masaru for unknown reason. Monotaro finishes his nighttime coffee before joining in. Sayaka makes a banquet for Kizakura and Chiaki. They both love the food. Himiko runs into Avi's wares and despairs and jumps. Cannonballs right onto a giant Monokuma plushie, falls right asleep. Shuichi goes to Love Hotel with Akane, but somehow wakes up next to Kotoko. Izuo's unknown sponsor is Avi. Do I sense some bias here? You're dang right you do. Chisa silently snaps Kokichi's neck. Hajime, Monofani tell each other their greatest fears in order to grow each other's trust. Kaito tried to set a trap, unfortunately ends up trapping himself, and Ibuki's allergies keep her up all night. Ibuki, no. I know that feel. Power through Ibuki. As we get to day 2 as Usami catches Fatsugami off guard and kills him, she said, you've done this Megalovania thing. Izuo steals a tray of Komaru's freshly baked cookies. Kizakura's allergies are so bad that he sneezes the arena back to April. You mean forward to April? Oh gosh, now I have even less time before Ticket to Paradise. Fuyiko finds a bow tie and puts it on because, well, bow ties are cool. He's changed his regular tie for a bow tie, and you know what? It's pretty dapper. Jack, Monotaro hold a meeting with Himiko. Jack sees Monotaro holding a meeting with Himiko, Shirakumo, and Togami. Ruka confesses her love for Kotoko. Kotoko says, cool, see ya homie, dips. And then Mondo asks Monosuke, do you think I'm some sort of clown? Monosuke shrugs and says, oh, maybe. Akane takes a sip of tea, but the scalding hot liquid proves too much for her, so she spits it on the Grey Gozu's face. Masaru says that he would do anything for Tengen. Tengen tells him to perish. Chisa washes her hands in the river. Ryoma, Daisaku, and Kaito band together to fend off a pack of starving wolves. Ibuki finds a violin, begins to play it horribly. To Hajime's frustration, Nagisa actually blurts out the fact that he likes Monokuma in an alphasonic way. Monokuma says, no. Just like Shuichi says no to liking boats, Sayaka embraces spring and plants daisies outside of her camp. I'm just gonna let this play out because there's something I have to do. Freaking Sayaka. Planting some daisies. It was as simple as that. Anyone could have done it, but Sayaka did it. I don't like it, but it's happened. Sayaka finds a secret achievement. Sayaka joins the bracket. I can't say this is good news, but I can say it's bad news. I'm afraid I've got some bad news, and that Sayaka joins the bracket. Whoop-de-doo. You know, put freaking Megalovania back on. Monodam wants me to give Waffles a chance. I'm furious. Mikan puts on a pair of radical shades, says a one-liner like, are we in Tennessee? Because I'm only 10 I see. Then puts on a second pair of radical shades on top of the first pair. Coolness levels are so high, they go to the moon. Jotaro dies from the exposure. When opening, he feels like there's a duck watching her. Kaede reminisces about season 1. She thinks about all the way back, way back, as we go on. We only lost 4. It was a less violent day. But we did have something terrible happen, and that was the likes of a certain someone joining the bracket. So for me, it is indeed a Claire de Lune for Kokichi, Vatogami, Masaru, Jotaro. But I will say Danganronpa 1 held their cool. They didn't get anybody lost. Togami, Mondo, and freaking Sayaka. Hajime, Akane, Chiaki, Fuyiko, Ibuki, and Mikan still remain for Danganronpa 2. 3, aka Ultra Despair Girls, has Komaru, Jack, Kotoko, and Nagisa. V3 has Kaede, Himiko, Kaito, Ryoma, and Shuichi still in. Still only lost Juzo for Danganronpa 3, and then the Bears. The Bears are still only losing Monokids, so the last two teams, they're doing spot on, top dollar, which means they are going to lose. It's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. Brand Steel does not favor, unless like your whole team in like a tag team action, sometimes it favors that. In terms of like big teams staying in, it don't favor that. It's something bad's gonna happen real soon. Starting at night 2. Daisaku and Gozu stare at each other through the crackling flames of their campfire, the thought of murder on their minds. Monosuke delivers an intense motivational speech to Jack and Usami, inspiring them to give their all this game. Ryoma runs into Avi's words and spares, jumps onto a giant Monokuma plushie and falls asleep. Komaru finds a virus in the simulator and exterminates it. Don't do that, girl. Don't do that. Don't exterminate the virus. The virus is here to stay. Sure is. Mondo's ultimate move is fully charged. Shuichi is gentle with Chiaki. Shuichi, that's problematic. Sayaka gets infected with the despair disease. Sayaka starts clinging to Monophony. Chisa charges her ultimate move. Mana, oh damn, finds a stereo precious play. Unfortunately, the sick beats are his execution music. He dies horribly. Himiko fires a truth bullet at Ibuki. It exposes her lies. Monokuma exploits Hajime's kindness. It's taken for weakness, and he now does very simulating task. Kotoko, Tengen, Izioi, Togami, and Akane get together to form an idol group. Kaito gets a hold of my soundboard and plays the secret achievement music. Well, we've heard it twice today, so why not a third time? I came to a realization about something, but I can't say it yet. Monotaro dyes his hair blue. Mikan falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Kaede finds a big red button, presses immediately. She had a death wish, honestly. Fortunately, the button doesn't do a thing. Fuyiko finds a sleeping Kizakura on the ground, raises his hand, waves it in front of his face, saying, "You can't see me," like the cover athlete of WWE 2K23. Dust off his shoulder, falls, punching Kizakura right in the face. Ruka kills Nagisa for his supplies, and Shirokuma stood in the ashes of a trillion dead souls and asked the ghosts if honor matters. The silence was their answer. Day 3. Chisa grabs a table. Chat and the comments section. Cheer and excitement. Usami doesn't want to live on this planet anymore. Kizakura reminds you, yes, you dear viewer. Oh no. Okay, great. To stay hydrated. Oh no, it's empty. No, not like this. Not like this. No! Alright. Anyway, Akane receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Chisa's unknown sponsor is Sayaka. It's known now, and I do not like it. Tengen receives pancakes from AV. Monokuma commits Sora. Hajime throws some sand in the eyes of Ruka, causing Ruka to go temporarily blind for the rest of the game. Boogie gets a hold of my soundboard and plays the Ben 10 theme song, and you know what? I mean, go ahead. Kaito wonders what events are canon to the Danganronpa Hunger Games lore. Sayaka receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Monofony breaks the fourth wall to compliment you. Yes, you. You know what I'm talking about. It's you. You. Exactly. In particular, Togami, Gozu, Jack do the torture dance whilst torturing Kotoko. Monotaro finishes writing that novel. Will he ever finish it? Himiko, Monosuke, and Shuichi successfully ambush Shirokuma, Kaede, and Komaru. Rest in peace to them. Fuyiko finds the remains of a Viking ship. Daisaku dyes his hair gold. Reminds me of Bobobo. Mondo is ready for the year of the Ryoma, perhaps. And Izio wakes up immediately, has pancakes for breakfast. And you know what, my guy? You've earned it. Entry into the World Pancake Championship match. It's all you, Izio. It's all you. We'll proceed. We didn't lose too many unless there's an arena event when I click proceed at the end of the song. There's not. It's just 6 gone. Which brings us closer to a standard sized game. After this, terrible, saddest of all, Claire de Lune's 4. Monodam. Mikon, Nagisa, Shirokuma, Kaede, Komaru. See everybody's statuses. We have, I think 26, right? Correct. We have 26 left. Still those 3 members of Danganronpa 1. They're still holding strong together. Danganronpa 2 still has Hajime, Akane, Fuiko, Ibuki, and Chiaki. Ultra Despair Girls is down to just Jack and Kotoko. They are now the deadest team, I suppose. V3 still has their champion Shuichi, as well as Himiko, Kaito, and Ryoma. They're down to 4. Oh my gosh, Danganronpa 3 is still going strong. They've still only lost Juzo. That's crazy. Monokuma, Usami, Monofune, Monosuke, and Monotaro still remain for District 6 for the Bears. That being said, I mean, we gotta figure out who wins this thing. We gotta figure out if any more secret achievements will hit. And I tell you what, they might. Will they though? They might. There's only one way to find out, and that is 2. Hold up, wait for it. Proceed. 26 remain, almost a standard size game. We'll probably get there. As Kaito steals Gozu's first kiss, Himiko shouts from afar, "Is that a JoJo reference?" Ibuki walks into a portal, turns it on, she gets shocked and killed. Molecules not all rearranged, she just gets toasted, roasted. In fact, Monosuke looks at the nighttime sky, Sayaka puts on a suave top hat, how fancy. Monofune dresses up as Mondo and breaks out in Cosbox. Mondo laughs. Izio goes to the hotel with Shuichi, but wakes up beside Ruka. I don't think he's too mad about that, but what happened to Shuichi? Kotoko. I feel like there needs to be a variant of this. Where you wake up beside the third person whom promptly murdered 2. Someone will suggest that. Kotoko uses all of her monocoins to buy 80s version of despairs for the day. Togami hit Tengen with some sweet chin music. Fuiko sets a few more traps before returning to the camp for the night. Hajime finds a laptop open to the Hunger Games simulator. He sees the event where he dies true to the simulation. Chisa stabs Hajime. Rest in peace, my guy. Kizakura, stop it. Get some help. Genocide Jack overhears Daisaku and Ryoma. The conversation about my pancake addiction are about to steal my pancakes. Genocide Jack intervenes, killing that squad. That's squad love right there. Taking out a member of the entourage and poor Daisaku, rest in peace to him, but a member of the entourage, saving my pancakes and earning entry into the World Pancake Championship match, the one title that Genocide Jack is missing. Get in there, Jack, and do the squad proud. As Usami challenges Monotaro and Akane to an anything goes pancake eating competition, Monotaro, I don't know why I put this down because he's already in. I can put it down. He was the second person in the World Pancake Championship match. Good on him. Monotaro, he wants more. He's like, I just want to make sure. He probably forgot that he's in it. Monokuma threatens Chiaki in fluent Japanese as we go on to see Kaito chase Monofune at the head of day 4. Jack doesn't hope, at least hopes that AV doesn't jinx her. I mean, like, you're already in the World Pancake Championship match. I think it's okay to jinx shit, Jack. Togami goes nya nya to annoy Monokuma. He probably is a little bit annoyed. Usami diverts Sayaka's attention, runs away. Izzy always sets up an ice cream shack. Nobody comes. Ruki gets a hold of my soundboard, and she wants it that way. I'll oblige. Himiko chases Gozu around with a mace. Fuiko pimp slaps Monotaro off of a cliff. Shuichi's allergies are so bad he sneezes the arena back to April. So, did we go back in time to April, and did we go back in time to April again? Are we April 2 years ago now? Oh my. Tengen catches Mondo, crawl up in a ball, rocking back and forth, sucking on his thumb. It seems like he's lost it. He's a tag team champion in the AWE. We'll have to defend those titles soon, though. Kotoko confides in Kizakura. Kizakura takes notes so he can exploit her later. Chiaki receives a vision of her dying brutally at the hands of Chisa and Monosuke as he sees them approaching, unable to avoid. Rest in peace, Chiaki, at the hands of Chisa and Monosuke. However, Akane spends the whole day walking around in shoes made of Legos. She's truly transcended beyond humanity. We lost another 6. Brings us down to an even 20. And you might ask, why? Well, it's because the simulator wanted it that way. And because the simulator wanted to hear, a nice little Claire de Lune 4. Ibuki, Hajime, Ryoma, Daisaku, Monotaro, Chiaki. Still didn't lose a soul from Danganronpa 1, which means, as we go on, they are slowly becoming the team to beat. They still have 3 people. Now we see Danganronpa 2 now down to 2. Danganronpa 3 now down to 2. Tying Danganronpa 1 is V3 now. They are down to 3. Well, I mean, I guess still the team to beat. With 6 competitors is Danganronpa 3, Chisa, Gozu, Tengen, Kizakura, Ruruka, and Izuyoi. But the Bears still have 4, Monokuma, Usami, Monofini, and Monosuke. Not for nothing. I still think it's going to be neither of these 2 teams win, but with my luck, these 2 teams are going to be the last 2 teams in, and it's going to be the exact amount of people who are left. Anyway, let's proceed. Let's see just what will unfold. We had 4 resimulations. It was a good old Pablo day. We got the perfect pancakes on our side. Let's see how this unfolds. Let's see how this scrap finishes. At the start of night 4, it does not finish with Monosuke living because he is indeed dead. Shuichi, Izuyoi, Togami, and Kaito made sure of it. You thought it was Chisa, but it was me, Dio. Tengen latches on to Jack's back to blow himself up to try and protect Kotoko. The attack works, and Jack is blown to smithereens. Rest in peace, Jack. They were on the same team, Tengen. Kotoko's alone. Thinking quickly, Fuiko constructs a homemade gun using only some string, a squirrel, and a gun. Himiko stands outside of Kizakura's camp with a candy pail. Kizakura gives Himiko a king-size candy bar. Ruka runs into Avi's wares and despairs and jumps onto a giant Monokuma. Plus, she falls right asleep. In a team-building exercise, Sayaka and Monokuma tell each other what they hate about one another. I think that's probably pretty obvious for both of them. Gozu wants to give Avi to give Usami a chance. I did give her a chance. Wednesday Avi is giving her a chance in the AWE. That's the biggest chance that you can get. Some people never make it there. Mondo works for Avi's and Yoko's because he's in extreme debt. Akane gets a hold of my soundboard but is struck down by a bolt of lightning for playing copyrighted music. Well, the copyright infringement forces. They're not playing around anymore, I see. Monofini dyes her hair orange, half orange Monofini. It kind of matches the flower. I don't know if I'd hate it. We'll go to day 5, and we see Kizakura sips on apple cider. Gozu kills Kotoko, then revives her as an undead minion. Himiko uses their special attack on Chisa, the Mega Destruction Ball of Darkness and Destruction. It did no damage, you gotta add those knuckles. Monokuma goes on a serial balloon popping spree. Izuyoi finds a bikini and puts it on. It's quite revealing. Wait, this is the wrong simulator, that's fine. Usami thinks I have an addiction to getting new addictions. Well, you're wrong, Usami. I think you have an addiction to calling out BS addictions. And that's a spoiler. Shuichi dies there. Gold. I don't like that. I don't think that's a good look, actually. Fuiko doesn't want to live on this planet anymore because Shuichi's now blonde, or I guess golden-haired. Sayaka prepares the museum for my artwork. You know what, Sayaka? You're trying to butter me up, trying to get on my good side. It's not gonna work. Listen here, Kaito, just like, you replaced Kaito and Togami? Also, it's so close. Togami was almost in the right place for this event. He's gonna bark at him now. Monofini and Mondo engage in an Agni Kai. Monofini wins, leaving Mondo completely incinerated, almost turned to butter, in fact. Ruka reminds you, yes, you, dear viewer, to stay hydrated, and if you don't have water, go and get some. Like I should have. It should have been me. We'll proceed. We lost another 5, that brings us to 15. We dwindled closer and closer to the end of this match as we had a Claire de Lune 4. Monosuke, Tengen, Genocide Jack, Akane, Mondo. We've lost 1 from every team that round except for V3. Me and the Bears are now at 3. Danganronpa 3 is now at 5. V3 remains at 3. Kotoko is now the sole survivor of Ultra Despair Girls, and now Fuyuhiko's the sole survivor for Danganronpa 2, leaving Togami and freaking Sayaka to fight alone for Danganronpa 1. 15 remain, 5 more, until you're saving grace picks. But it's not time for that yet. We gotta keep on keeping on. More than likely we'll see the feast, more than likely we'll be well within your top 10, so let's see how this unfolds. It is... okay. Every time you kind of see this and you're like, who's perishing here? Togami, Sayaka, and Kaito intro scrummed with Gozu, Kotoko, and Ruka. They argue over who's better, the squad or the entourage. I think it's pretty clear who's rooting for which side. We have entourage, Sayaka, and Kaito, and I guess Togami's there. And then we have Gozu, Kotoko, and Ruka. Clearly, Gozu, Kotoko, and Ruka are rooting for the squad. Himiko finds an Etch-a-Sketch while Himiko's distracted. Chisa sneaks up behind her and murders her. Goodness gracious. Monofumi befriends Usami, Kizukura, and Shuichi away from her fire. Monokuma receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Izui somehow transports himself to the elusive 13th month, D-September. This ends up being the end of him, as the gods do not recognize D-September as real. I do. And as I breathe, Fuigo suddenly falls over dead. Danganronpa 2 is actually the first team out of this one. Despite glorious performances, it just wasn't their day-to-day. They don't like cake as much as everybody else. But we must proceed, and I believe that brings us to what? Could it be the feast? It is indeed the feast. And as the tributes reassemble in the cornucopia, they see food, weapons, memoirs from the tributes' families. Kaito and Chisa work together. Together, toom, they're working together to get more supplies. Sayaka strangles Usami with a rope. You hate to see it. Ruka is killed by the elusive player. What? With a space. Togami, the Great Gozu, Monokuma, and Kizukura track down and kill Kotoko, and Monofumi ambushes Shuichi and kills him as well. The champion is out, and I believe we are down to your final 10 or something. We'll go again as Sayaka's phone rings. There's no caller ID. It's just Monofumi on the other line insulting her. Chisa falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Monokuma invades Kaito's privacy and listens to him sing in the shower. Monokuma, have you no shame? In an effort to survive, Kizukura tries to strangle Togami with toilet paper. Togami tears through it and breaks Kizukura's neck in retaliation, and Gozu starts planting seedlings in his garden. I need to start doing that. I truly, sincerely do. But we lost 9. That brings us well within that Saving Grace Picks reign. So let's find out who's in it after this Claire de Lune 4. Himiko, Izui, Fuihiko, Usami, Ruruka, Kotoko, Shuichi, Chisa, Kizukura. Now here's the thing. We lost a lot of Danganronpa 3 in that. We also lost both members of Danganronpa 2 that were remaining, which means when we're down to your final 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7? How many did we have? We had 15, so there's 6 left. 2 members from Danganronpa 1. 2 members from from the Bears. 1 still from DR3, and then 1 from V3, Kaito. That's your final 6. Are your picks still... My pick is still doing okay. My pick, the Great Gozu? Are your picks doing okay? Probably not. Your picks probably sucked. But if they didn't suck, good on you. Pat yourself on the back. From me. But if they did suck, don't worry, I got you. It happens. It usually happens to me. So let me hook you guys up with a little something I like to call as a saving. Wait for it. Oh yes, it is time now for the Saving Grace Picks. We scroll to the top, we still see Danganronpa 1's Togami and freaking Sayaka. Neither of them have held a singles title. Actually, neither of them have held gold at all. Now, wait a minute. Take that back. I take that back. We will scroll down and we will see Kaito. Togami hasn't held, like, classic gold, but he's been an agent of chaos. Freaking Sayaka's done nothing but cause me dismay. Kaito, we acknowledge you. Not too long ago, he became a champion of champions, has led the way for people who have never held the championship to hold that championship. Shuichi, Makoto, Mitarai, young Mitarai. It's been a spree since then. Peko. Since Kaito has held that title, it's been like the land of opportunity here in the Hunger Games. However, we must scroll down, we must also recognize the Great Gozu. A man who, once again I say, has accepted joy and friendship into his heart. It will lead him to victory. Monokuma is still here, and so is Monofumi. Do not count Monofumi out. She has retained that title. She knows what she's doing. However, make your saving grace picks known. First, second, third. I'm gonna make mine as well after I open my could still happen. That's probably gonna happen. That could happen too. We'll see. A couple secret achievements could still hit. Will they hit? I'm not sure, but let me make my picks. You make them as well in the comments. Go ahead. Go in there, reply to your comment, do what you gotta do. But also, you know what you gotta do? You gotta take your elbow pad off. You throw it to the audience. You throw your arms like this, you run to one side of the ropes. you run to the other side of the ropes, and you stare at that subscribe button, you hit the funkiest of move, and you drop your elbow right on top of it. It's the people's elbow as you hit that subscribe button. Oh, it's gonna be absolutely beautiful. Well, let's keep on going. I'm gonna make my picks. Give me the Great Gozu for first, absolutely. I acknowledge him. Give me AWE Champion Kaito for second. And for third, I'm gonna take Monofini because I don't want to count her out. Don't want to count out Monofini. She's low-key a power player, but those are my picks. You guys have made yours, and without further ado, since it is technically 6, we can still technically say, just barely, that Togami, Freaking Sayaka, Kaito, the Great Gozu, Monofini, and Monokuma are all standing tall, hearts beating, hearts racing, with the same pulse, the same intensity, and perhaps even the same fate as that of a samurai woman. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. Let's proceed, and we will see. Oh, okay. Well, let me see. Let me see what happens here. Night 6 happens here. Monokuma and Togami tell each other their greatest fears in order to grow each other's trust. Kaito, Gozu, Sayaka, and Monofini sit around the campfire and share some spooky stories. Suddenly, there's some weird noises coming from the forest. Monofini goes to check it out and never returns. Looks like she was taken by the jinx. Hoo-ha! We'll proceed once again, and we will see Monokuma finding Shuichi's hat and puts it in. Oh, it's like, that's delightful. Togami puts on a pair of radical shades, says a one-liner, and puts on a second pair of radical shades. On top of the first pair, his coolness levels are so high, Sayaka dies from the exposure. Togami, I acknowledge you. Kaito receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a box of chocolates, and Gozu attempts to climb a tree but falls to his death. Gozu, you were so close, my guy, but you'll get him next time. I know it, and he knows it. But we will proceed. We lost just... No, we lost 3 this round, didn't we? Yeah, we lost half of the competition that was remaining, and it is indeed a terrible turnabout for them. Monofini, Freaking Sayaka, Gozu. And he sure is great. But now we're down to just 3, 1 Togami, 1 Kaito, and 1 Monokuma. I'll be frank, I would have preferred the Great Gozu since that's my guy, but you know what? Any of the other 3 that are left, I'm fine with it. It's A-okay in my book. Togami, Kaito, Monokuma. 1 will go on to the finale. Who will it be? Who? I don't know. But they're all caught somewhere. Togami, Kaito, Monokuma, they're caught in what we like to call within our final 5. Caught in a crisis. Oh, the fate. Crisis of fate. Let's go ahead, Togami, Kaito, Monokuma. Will it all end now? It does not. But after repeatedly losing to Kaito in chess, I don't know how you did that, Togami tosses the Kaito in the campfire, and he is gone. And that leaves a Monokuma, as he thought he caught a glimpse of the elusive Mamakuma, but he was just seeing things, right? No, she exists. But Kaito's gone, which means it's now just a 1v1. And I have to ask you, between Togami and Monokuma, just who will it be? Monokuma, Togami. It's been a little while since either one of them have taken a victory. But I'll be frank, Monokuma I don't think has taken a victory of importance ever. He's gotten victories before, but never a victory of true importance, and that could be what he gets today. Still wouldn't really be like super duper important, but you know, he feasts on the cake, and then he might be the champion at the end of the season. Look, baby steps. Monokuma understands he has to take baby steps to get to that title, but so does Togami. Togami tried to take the chaotic route to get there. Sure, he reigned chaos. It was truly chaotic in his season, but he did not claim the title. He could not claim the title. So now he has to do it the hard way. And that is by winning this game. Can he do it? Can he make it to the finale, and can he win there? Or will it be Monokuma? Or Togami? Or both? Or neither? Let's find out between Togami and Monokuma. It is Brand Steel, and we see, as we proceed, we go to day 8, and it sees that your winner will be not Togami. I don't know who did it, but Monokuma finds the right half of Togami's body. But where's the left half? The world may never know. That's all she wrote. Monokuma is the king of cake. As we proceed, we lost 2 boys, and those boys get a terrible turnabout for Kaito, Togami. Which means one bear stands tall. As we see everybody's statuses, he's the only one left, and I will proceed to tell you that he is your winner. He is indeed your winner. Not just representing the bears, he is that bear. When you think of the Chaos Bear, when you think of this bear, you think of that bear. Half black, half white, all despair. And he is your winner, and he goes on to fight for the championship. Monokuma takes the win. In the unluckiest episode in the unluckiest season, the 13th episode in season 13. Never forget about that. Congratulations to you, Monokuma. Will proceed. And who was the unluckiest unlucky person? Number 13 in the unluckiest episode, Mr. Fuyuhiko. That was real unfortunate, real misfortunate of you, wasn't it? No, it actually wasn't. You thought it was over. You thought just because I rolled the thing and it was like, oh my gosh, this is the end of the episode, we're zooming in on Monokuma. Now, placing 13th in the 13th episode of season 13 is truly phenomenal. Who could be that unlucky? He might have shot his eye out with a slingshot. Fuyuhiko turns misfortune into fortune, makes it on to the bracket. And while we're there, just go ahead and put everybody on the bracket. So many people joined today. Juzo, Saika, 13th place Fuyuhiko, and now the winner, Monokuma. It was just last episode where I was like, a lot of these are hidden. And then this episode we hit 3 of them. Which, I'll be frank, kind of happens more often than not. Kind of happens more often than not. However, play me the ending music again. And then take that bracket off the screen. Thank you. Monokuma, your winner. Congratulations to him. Togami 2nd place, Kaito 3rd. Great Gozu, you were close. 4th place. Freaking Sayaka 5th, Monofini in 6th, Kizakura 7th, Chisa 8th, your champion Shuichi 9th. Running off your top 10 was Miss Kotoko. We'll scroll down slowly for everybody else. Monokuma is the king of cakes. I was gonna say, can he even eat cake? But I mean, like, we've seen him eat, like, a whole bunch of strange things. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I think he has the capacity to munch on some cake. And look at what this is. Despair wins, and Hope Boy came in last. Who would have thunk? How poetic. We will proceed one more again. It all started with Genocide Jack taking on Makoto, but it all ended with Monokuma not even killing Togami. He just found the right half of his body. I mean, he could have done it. He might have the left half. For all we're talking about, for all intents and purposes, he might have done it. We'll proceed one more again, and we'll see it all had Togami and Shuichi 5 KOs. Monokuma only had 2, actually. Chisa and Monosuke had 4, Genocide Jack had 3, Himiko with 3, Tengen with 3, everyone else with 2 or less, including our winner who had 2. Monokuma, congratulations to you. We did pick, I think we only picked up 1 misfortune today, and that was the misstep by Hajime, but, as I said, more of those start to get added in Brain Steel, so they'll come up more often. And then, of course, the numbers get changed in Orteal, so, oh boy, we know what happens when we change the numbers in Orteal. There's gonna be misfortune afoot, to say the least. And we'll see it in action in tag team action tomorrow. As we go back to the reaping, congratulations once again to the Bears and to Monokuma. They all get a cake party, all 8 of these Bears. Congratulations to them. Get your cake, it's gonna be delicious. And to you, have some cake too. Treat yourself. Treat yourself to some cake this weekend. I think I'm technically having cake this weekend. Because, lo and behold, pretty much every weekend is a family birthday weekend in March for me. So, I'm gonna get some cake. You get some cake too. So until then, I really can't believe that 3 of these secret achievements hit. I kind of was like, 2 of them might hit. The one that I wasn't expecting here was the bagels. I felt like this was just going to be unlucky and we weren't going to hit the bagels at all. Juzo got him. Thanks to the champion Shuichi, he was like, let me pick my own competitors. Who do I want to go on to the bracket? Shuichi knows. He knows. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the United States Aviator until tomorrow. Taking off. Toodaloo. Flight crew. Now, I've already announced a thing. We're good. Thank you for watching.